Do you have a greatest cabin achievement?
I suppose for the deepest one I've had is the BU-56 with a mixed crew from England with the Bick, Betham and Ingleton lot, Slug from Bolton. I was in Bradford then. This was in 1991, by the way. So, a guy that you all might know is a young boy called Stephen Gray. You know, he hasn't changed much apart from physically. No, delete that. No, he was a bit of a character, as we all were. But 13 of us, but happened to be the number 13, which again cropped up in my life. 13 people descended on this pot. If anybody's done it, you know what I'm talking about. With it being a really awkward, ambitious undertaking, because it's a difficult system in some ways with the rigging. We were partly lucky that the system was partially rigged with Spanish or French gear, so we didn't have to take as much, but we didn't know that. I read all the stories that were circulating at the time, and it was like the big thing to go down B56. Have you ever done it, anybody? Nobody's.
Yeah.
George?
Yeah. So, with this in mind, a guy called Keith, what's his name?
Sanderson.
Keith Sanderson from Newbury, who organised it. You know, he put feelers out to ask people in various clubs if they want to sort of like get together and go for it. You know, this particular year. So, a mixture of about six or seven clubs, 13 people, and as it turned out, the guy who was organising it did not get down because he had a broken foot around about the time, so he was like laid off, you know, on the surface, controlling events. Another three guys, two inexperienced ones, and you know, JJ, John Bevan, he was a bit poorly at the time, so he couldn't go down. So out of 13, there were 9 that bottomed it. Dinny Davis was one of them.
Really?
Yeah, Andy Thabber, Snabler, Slope, me, Reece Watkins, Steve Gray, and one or two. Rob he went from BC. Rob Palmer, I think it was. Anyway, there were 13 of us that went down, and 9 did it. A 24-hour and a 40-hour bottoming trip. You know, a camp trip and a bottoming trip. So. I do reckon that was my proudest, at the time, the greatest achievement. But to say that, that was the deepest cave. I think that one of the hardest ones I've ever done is with somebody that you all might know him. He's called Michael Cooper. He's done a book called Not for the Faint-Hearted, by the way.
You're not fucking advertising now.
It's out of print, so don't worry. So, we decided to take upon this based on a previous trip that the Ulster had organised, not for us, but we were kind of letting on the trip. You know what's coming, don't you? The Penyghent Pot extensions, and to me that was one of the hardest trips at the time ever. I still think of it as very hard because it was very cold, awkward, long, tiring, and lots of obstacles. You know, like squeezes called the dialysis machine and the kidney crusher, and then you got water. You got water everywhere. You know, like long ducts. So if you know what I'm talking about, if you care to sort of like read the book, you'll know what and it's like one of the trips that I affectionately sort of think of. You know, I've done it, and not just because I survived, because it was it's a worth a challenge.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Have you done it?
I